And good morning. We welcome you to the Native News Today. Gerald Wofford with Jason Salzman. As always, we thank you for joining us this morning. We know you got a lot of things to do and a lot of channels to choose from and a lot of cereal out there to eat, but hey, you're spending Saturday morning with us, and we really do appreciate it.
That's exactly right. We love coming through your TVs every Saturday morning at 11 a.m., providing you guys with the best Native American news that's going on in this state, and many times beyond the reaches of this state. So we try to cover it all, and once again, I think we got a really great show. I mean, that sounds a little redundant, a little broken record-ish there, but once again, I really do. We got a quality program lined up.
And if this is your first time ever watching this program, we welcome you to the Native News Today. And just a little plug that we've been given the last 2 weeks. You can also catch us in the evening at 9:30 p.m., Channel 70. The Cox Cable subscribers on Channel 70 at 9:30 p.m. catch the best of Native News Today.
Yeah, every night. If you've missed an episode, if you're a faithful watcher and you missed an episode, you can go back and see what you missed. Or if you had a favorite episode out there and you're like, man, I wish they'd show that again, this is your chance to kind of go back and get that again. So there's a lot of things we've covered over the 21, 22 episodes here so far. So if you've missed a good one, there's a chance to go back and check it out on Channel 70. It's really neat.
Number 21 already and counting. Well, hey, talking about our number 22.
22, wow.
All right, okay. See, we bring the news so quick and fast. Oh. It's right there, 22 already. Wow.
See, it's 21st episode happened so fast you didn't even see it.
Yeah, so 21st century, 22nd century.
There you go. Wow.
Hey, talking about faithful watchers, last week you were tuned in and you saw the interview that we did with Wes Studi. Well, before Wes signed off and we gave him a big wadol for his interview and everything, he said something in Cherokee. He had a Cherokee greeting for us, and so some people were wondering, well, what did he say? What was that? Well, just to let you know, he was saying that he was really appreciative, glad to be here, and was thanking everyone, and was just appreciative of everyone.
We got the theater director, Roy Hamilton, coming up. He's done a lot of great things in the arts, and anytime Native Americans in the arts, they kind of go hand in hand. We've spotlighted a lot on the show before, and this is just another one.
That's right, and plus we had the tough task of going over and interviewing the Sequoia High School cheerleaders over there, Bonnie Griffin. Boy, and those, just...
You talk about the worst part of the job, I can't think of anything worse than hanging out with a bunch of cheerleaders all day.
Life can be rough sometimes, but we make the extra sacrifice to bring you the special news here. But no, seriously, Bonnie Griffin, who's the director there, they're preparing for a national competition. Now, this will be the first time ever the Sequoia High School cheerleaders have attended this. They're getting ready for it in December, but there's a special way that you can contribute to and show your support for this very unique team. So we'll be giving you that news story here in a minute.
Definitely.
And as well as another Sequoia team down there as well.
Well, sure. The cheerleaders, they're obviously doing a good job leading cheers because the Sequoia football team has jumped out to a 4-0 record in the top 10 in the state. They got a great quarterback that's went to the Elite 11 camp out in Las Vegas, worked with some of the great quarterbacks in the NFL, Peyton Manning, just to mention one of them, which is the top quarterback in the NFL in my opinion. And went out there, and anybody, especially as a junior, everybody knows about the Elite 11 camp. It's one of the best. And Nate Stanley, young man, quarterback in that team, does a great job. Travis Boswell, you could go on and on, list some of the players, but they can be a real force in Class 2A this year. I'm sorry. They've already knocked off Holland Hall, which is a perennial power in the private school sector in Tulsa. So great job by the Indians so far. They're doing a great job.
So we'll have a little spotlight story on that Sequoia football team, show you some game highlights as well. Also, too, we met with author Dr. James Hamill. Now, he wrote a book entitled Going Indian. Now, it's kind of a social look as how diverse the tribes are, not just historical, but modern-day Native American society, how it's been influenced the society. So we'll be sharing that story with you as well.
Definitely, and you talked about that, and just so many things. We go over what we're going to do, and sometimes it amazes me the stories we have on here, and some of the great things that's going on in Indian country. Somebody would say, "Hey, how do you guys come up with good material every week?" Well, we count on you guys too to give us ideas, but there's a lot of great things going on, and it's easy to tell those stories when they're out there, and Indians are becoming at the forefront a lot in today's mainstream society.
Plus, too, we want to end the program with a good story with citizen being served, how tribal dollars really work and how they help fellow citizens. So I want to share a little bit of story about that at the end.
Yeah, nice piece on how, it's the minute people get to thinking that all the monetary from, gaming revenues or economic revenues from the tribes goes to, fickle things. This shows that the tribes give back to their people in a big way. So we were glad to be there that day. It was real special for both of us.
Absolutely. So let's take a quick break here, and we'll get into those stories right after this. You're watching the Native News Today.
The Okemah Indian community would like to invite everyone to the first annual Fall Harvest Festival, October 6th through 8th in Okemah. Events are currently taking sign-ups and include Senior Citizens Bingo, Softball Tournament, a Youth 3-on-3 Basketball Tournament, Bad Boy Rumble Contest, Softki Contest, and a Fry Bread Contest. For more information, please contact the Okemah Indian community. You can call them at 918-623-9227, or if you happen to be in Okemah, drop by and say hi at their office on 1100 South Woody Guthrie Street.
Smali, tasa ko tsusinili ang ginaistun sanga.
Pangana sa iba hayat kaus.
Kada magas.
Pangana sa hayat kiduang noke.
Fanny molo jo subananga.
Tumor saati.
Isla hani subani doang.
Wat, hiji mokhetsari chin hisakta das tumidanga.
Mahiji mokka jadi wekki diga. Hisagida ran hisiga. Ampane hayat kiduang.
Matse.
The Muskogee Creek Nation Tobacco Prevention Program offers all cessation classes to young and old. For more information about a healthier life and a second wind, contact one of these centers nearest you.
Hijida. Hilishwa fatsa. CNA to the doors. Moes.
Well, hiji mokkeskara mokkes aknoar stinokkesis stilizi duis.
And welcome back to the Native News Today. Gerald Wofford with Jason Salzman. Jason, we were able to venture over into Tahlequah, Oklahoma over there. They have a very unique amphitheater over there. For many years, they produced the Trail of Tears drama over there, and they have a new theater director named Roy Hamilton. And he's got some goals and some things he wants to do with the theater troupe, wants to revive the Trail of Tears play, and hopefully we wish him the best of luck. But here's a story on him and the theater that they're preserving there.
I hope to involve a lot of education programs, bring a lot of the youth. It's another way to reach as an outlet or an outreach program to educate not only Cherokee people but people all over the United States about our cultural traditions and our history through theater programming, dance, acting, production staff, anything involved with the theater aspect. Well, what sort of spearheaded my idea was seeing the theater empty this past summer. It's such a beautiful theater here at the Heritage Center, and I thought it just can't sit empty like this. So I thought, well, if I begin a Cherokee National Theater Company, perhaps we could pool enough people that we could do something next year or in the future at least in some way to utilize the theaters. Personally, I really do want to see a Trail of Tears theater production come back alive in this outlet we have here. If that'll happen soon or in the near future, I really can't say, but I really would hope so. And personally, that's what I would like to see happen. The productions that we will do here, I also see us going on tour with them all across the United States and even farther, perhaps, especially with our dance troupe that we're trying to form to share some of our culture and history through dance. Now, we can also do small productions we think that could be performed in, say, our casino outlets or other casino outlets, and small stage productions all across the country.
Great job down there, Gerald Wofford, profiling that Chalagi Theater with Roy Hamilton and keeping that art form alive down in Cherokee country. And speaking of performances, we're going to switch gears just a little bit. I mean, not too much, because you got dancing, expression, all kinds of stuff like that. Basically, feel good times. And that's what's going on with the Sequoia High School cheerleaders now, isn't it?
Well, for the first time ever, they have made a national competition in Dallas, and they're working toward it. It's going to be in December. Bonnie Griffin is the director, And Jason, you know, cheerleading, like football and I guess just really any other sport, high school level, college, whatever level, they go all year round. They're real serious about it, aren't they?
It's crazy now. It's almost like a sport. You know, I mean, I don't want to offend any cheerleaders out there that, you know, it is a sport, but it's almost like, a sport where you have practices and you have competitions and you go up against other teams like that. You know, so long people think that cheerleading was just on the sidelines and rooting on the team and everything, but now, you know, cheerleading is for cheerleading. It's not just for football or basketball or whatever. They're there, but there's a more of a focus there instead of just being there for the games. It's getting better and being the best cheerleading squad in the state or in the country.
And that's certainly what Bonnie Griffin and Sequoia High School cheerleaders are working towards. So here's a new segment about them.
Okay. Ready. 1, 2, all the way. There you go. Grab it up. Hold on tight. High V. Cradle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job.
I've been the coach here since about 10 years. I've been helping in one way or another.
Everybody looking up. Tight. There you go. Mia, really push up. You should be touching something.
Yeah, that's what they really like to do. They use signs, and they have a lot of what we call bleacher manias, which are little dances, and just like to do lots of fun things at the pep assemblies and games.
Let Indians rock the house, they rock it all the way down. Who rocks the house? I said that.
By attending summer camp, we qualified to go to the national competition, which is held each year in Dallas the week after Christmas, and it's a National Cheerleaders Association Nationals. It will be the first time that Sequoia has ever been in the competition. We've received a bid before to go. Unfortunately, we're not able to raise the money to go. Last time they received a bid, but this year we're working really hard to raise the money and we're planning on attending. They're really excited about it. We're working on stunts that we hope to put together in a routine, and like I said, working hard to raise the money in addition to, preparing themselves for Friday night football games and all that good stuff, and I think they have a pretty good time.
Being a cheerleader here is really great. The crowd has a lot of enthusiasm and we try to really pump them up. I really like it here because it's smaller and everyone knows everyone, so that's really great.
Even whenever basketball season's done, we will still work out and train and keep in shape so that we know everything, and we go to tumbling and we stay pretty active.
Football season starts, then basketball season, and then before you know it, it's time for tryouts again, and we're practicing for that. And then after tryouts, we've got camp to work for and nationals to work towards, and we've got tumbling every Tuesday all year, and we're really trying to get into shape and really trying to meet our goals.
You know we are the best, better than the rest. Yes.
All right, great job by those ladies down there at Tahlequah Sequoia High School.
Two of the male cheerleaders. They got two male cheerleaders on their team as well. So can't forget the guys.
The
cheerleading is a very serious business. But hey, they're raising funds to make the trip to Dallas. And if you'd like to contribute, you're going to be one of the very few Native American teams that make a national competition in this. So it's going to be a very historical event. You can contact Bonnie Griffin at Sequoia High School at area code 918-453-5400 and give to a good cause.
Yeah, definitely, and that's something worthwhile. Not a lot of teams, especially of Native American descent, get to do something like that. So give all you can, help them out, and let's see them all the way through to the end of this thing.
Go Indians. All right, let's take a quick break here. You're watching the Native News Today.
The Native American Times provides news coverage that is specifically tailored to the Native American perspective. We emphasize an understanding of special issues such as sovereign rights, civil rights, and government-to-government relations. Our staff of reporters and columnists provide a daily digest of news that is often utilized for national outlets, such as CNN, NBC News, ABC News, the Los Angeles Times, and many others, because the whole world is Indian country.
Here at the College of the Muskogee Nation, we pride ourselves on emphasizing Native culture, values, language, and self-determination while providing a positive learning environment for tribal and non-tribal students. We encourage our students to be lifelong learners and to strive for personal growth, professional advancement, and intellectual advancement. Muskogee Nation College. Academic achievement, Native values.
All right, welcome back to Native News Today. You know what, Gerald? Me and you are both huge football fans, and I think everybody knows that by now. We like to talk football and basically eat, drink, and sleep football from September to January.
Football, stickball,
basketball, that kind of stuff. But there's a team in Indian country that's really making waves right now. 4-0, the Tahlequah Sequoia Indians, and led by quarterback Nate Stanley. Those guys are tearing it up, and they're in the top 10 in Class 2A right now.
Well, Coach Scott over there is believing in the team. He's got a good staff. As you said, talented players there. And they're making some noise in Class 2A rankings right now.
Yeah, like I said, you got the quarterback there, Nate Stanley, and the running back, Travis Boswell, who's a terrific talent. I believe he had 4 touchdowns this last Friday night. And when you got a quarterback that's been invited to the Elite 11 quarterback camp, as I mentioned off the top of the program, he goes out to Las Vegas and trains with some of the best quarterbacks in the country, some of the best seniors. And this kid's a junior. And to
you
be
went
invited,
out there too, didn't you, man?
Oh, yeah, I got some throws in and went over those kids about the way to run routes and things like that.
Give them water.
But no, the best seniors in the country go to this thing. You got Jimmy Clausen, who's committed to Notre Dame. Some of the guys that have come out here in the last, Matthew Stafford, who's starting at Georgia now. Just a lot of great quarterbacks come through this elite camp. And for a junior to be invited, Native American kid, he's got all the tools too. 6'4", just pedigree quarterback. So Sequoia's on the right foot, and they got the talent to get there. So let's take a look at Tahlequah Sequoia Indians, 4-0, and in the top 10 in Class 2A.
We've had a good season thus far. We're 4-0. We've beat some really good teams. Our non-conference schedule was very difficult, and we came out victorious in all 3 of those. And Friday night we defeated our rival, Kansas. So season's going well. Kids are working hard, and hopefully we can have a really good season. We're ranked number 10 in the state, 2A. First time for us. We've been 4-0 since I've been here. They had some success. Obviously, in the history of Sequoia football, they've had some success. But it's the first time in 3 years that we've been 4-0, so we're off to a good start. We do play a brand of football that's real physical. We pride ourselves in our offensive linemen, our defensive linemen. We have some big kids, and we'd like to play a physical brand of football. We started off this week with Kansas. Once again, that's our big rival. We open up, we go to Westville this week, and then we come home against Adair, who's ranked in the top 10. Salina's a good team. Wyandott's a good team. Keys right down the road is a big rival. And Colcourt's ranked in the top 10. So we have a tough road ahead. Well, we have a good offensive line. Like I said, we have some seniors that have been playing for a couple of years for us, and they put in their time. Joe Cuevas is our center. He's done really well. Dale Winnie is one of our captains and one of our leaders. Travis Boswell is a 2,000-yard rusher and has had a great year so far, 12 touchdowns. Nathan Stanley, 6'5" quarterback who's done well. One of the leaders in states in passing. Hunter Cunningham has done well on both sides of the ball. Brett Littlebear's come up with some big plays this year. So Ronald Holden plays in our secondary. He already has 3 interceptions, 1 for 100 yards. So we have some guys making plays for us. This will be my 3rd year. I've coached here 3 years, and I'm glad to be here. Sequoia is a great school for kids. They do a lot for kids here, and got a lot of good players, as you can see, and feel very fortunate to be here. I've been in a lot of other schools, and hopefully I found a home here.
Jason, a lot of great things happening down there in Tahlequah Sequoia land. Teams undefeated, and they just keep cruising along.
Certainly they are, and a lot of games remaining on the schedule. And if you want to go check out Sequoia and see what they're all about and really get behind this Native American team, here we're going to put up the schedule for you and check out some of the games, maybe home, away. You can get down to Tahlequah, maybe they'll be in your area. So take a look at the games there and see if you can maybe make 1 or 2. And I think this team actually have some after that regular season schedule is left over. I think they're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, they're really starting into conference district play and everything, so that always makes the season exciting as well.
Sure, Gerald. All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Native News Today.
Today's world is far different than the one our ancestors knew. But though times have changed, we the Muskogee Creek people remain a strong people. Many of our traditions continue to thrive in today's modern world. For 1,000 years and more we have been here, and we will be here for 1,000 more. Times have changed, but so have we, and the Muskogee Creek people are a part of this time, this country, and this economy.
The Okemah Indian community would like to invite everyone to the first annual Fall Harvest Festival, October 6th through 8th in Okemah. Events are currently taking sign-ups and include Senior Citizens Bingo, Softball Tournament, a Youth 3-on-3 Basketball Tournament, Bad Boy Rumble Contest, Softki Contest, and a Fry Bread Contest. For more information, please contact the Okemah Indian community. You can call them at 918-623-9227, or if you happen to be in Okemah, drop by and say hi at their office on 1100 South Woody Guthrie Street.
And welcome back to the Native News Today. Gerald Wofford with Jason Salzman. And we ventured over into Tulsa, Oklahoma and met with author Dr. James Hamill. Now, he is at the Miami University in Ohio now, originally Oklahoma boy, but has written a very unique book called Going Indian, and kind of wanted to look at the different social aspects of the modern day Native American.
Yeah, it takes a lot of look at social and economic developments in Indian country and how tribal affiliation has been kind of weaved into Oklahoma society here and in other tribes too, in their association with their states. So a lot of stuff, and also the social part of it, you know, how Indians are integrating themselves into modern day society, becoming more of a player. So it's a really good book. A lot of people should get a chance to check it out. You should read it.
That's right, and his book is entitled Going Indian. So here's the interview with Dr. James Hamill. We are here at Borders Bookstore in Tulsa, Oklahoma, talking with Dr. James Hamill, author of new book, Going Indian. Dr. Hamill, we appreciate your time this afternoon, and tell us about this book. Why did you want to write on this subject?
Oh boy, that's a complicated question. I grew up here in Oklahoma. I was born in Shawnee, raised here in Tulsa, and I graduated from the University of Tulsa with a degree in anthropology. Anthropologists can't do anything with a bachelor's degree. You know, they have to go on and get a PhD, so I left and went to Wisconsin. And after I left Oklahoma and started taking graduate level anthropology courses from pretty good people had studied Indian people a lot, they just almost all of them would almost refuse to have anything to do with Oklahoma. They said it was just a crazy place. They couldn't understand it. And I didn't understand them not understanding it because it was just sort of normal to me. It's just the way things were. And then I went on, had a career. I did a lot of, I did about 10 summers of work in Navajo Nation, working on various things. And there I ran into, I started to understand it a little bit, because I ran into people, Navajo people and Hopi people and Ute people there, who were more Navajo than Indian, if that makes sense, you know. So I started to get a feeling for tribal ethnicity and tribal identity and real strong tribal feelings of being in a tribe. And I started to think about that in relationship to where I was raised here in Oklahoma. And then in the mid-1990s, I got the opportunity to come back to Oklahoma. I worked up in the northeast corner of the state in Ottawa County, where there are 8 tribes there. And I started to see it even more, that people were, you know, the chief of one tribe I worked with was, he had the credentials to be in 2 or 3 other tribes. So I said, well, you know, this is not what I experienced in Navajo Nation. There's something else going on besides being Cayuga or Ponca. There's something else going on here in Oklahoma, and it's about being Indian. And start looking at this phenomenon of being Indian while having a parallel tribal identity. And so that's what I did, and that's what resulted in the work that I did that resulted in the book.
All right, Gerald, and thank you for that story on Mr. Hamill there, a great author and going Indian. It's probably going to be lighting up the bookshelves here pretty soon. You know, as we leave you, before we leave you, actually want to spotlight one of the things that, on a serious note, the tribes are doing that are really helping and helping their people in a big way. You know, me and Gerald not too long ago got a chance to go down to Molly Brown's house, a Creek elder. I was living with, I believe, three of other elders that lived there in the house, and well, Gerald, to put it lightly, the home that they were in was just unacceptable.
It was very deplorable.
Exactly. You know, that's being very, that's being very nice. Ourselves and the chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation, Chief Ellis, went down there and looked at it and just knew that something had to be done. And Chief Ellis went to the authorities at the Housing Authority here at the Creek Nation and said, we have to get these ladies a new home. And me and Gerald were actually out there again to see Chief Ellis hand over the keys to a new home to Molly Brown and her friends, and it was just a great day.
It was a very special day, very grateful, and it's just nice to see things like that happen, Jason. I mean, the tribal dollars are working, and people sometimes wonder, what's happening with the money and things. Well, it's going toward good things like this,
Yeah, and then, just a lot of the time you think, wow, how long is it going to take? Those people are probably sitting there going, we'll never have anything nice. And just to see the look on their faces, 30 days after they're told they're going to get a house, there it is, a brand new one right next to the old one that probably, for all intents and purposes, should be flattened to the ground because it's just unfit for living and it's unsafe and everything like that. So it's a great thing that they have a new home now, and we were just very, very fortunate to be able to be there.
And as we shared that with you, the news and the photos and everything, like I said, we like to bring you those good stories and those things are happening. We know there's a lot of good things happening out there in Indian country, and we want you to contact us here to tell us how they can share those good stories.
Yeah, get a hold of us by phone. You can reach us at 918-732-7637, or our fax number is 918-758-0824, or as always, you can reach us at our email addresses. Mine is jsalzman@muskogeenation-nsn.gov or gwofford@muskogeenation-nsn.gov. Gerald, my boy, once again, a great job.
Well, hey, I tell you, we owe it all to the people out there that give us the good news stories. We thank you for sharing those. So for our producer, Josh Lane, Jason Salzman, and Gerald Wofford, as always, we thank you. In the meantime, take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.